Shalom Akim, giving all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, double honor to the apostles, elders of great millstone, and salute once again to sincere Akim out there of the hopeful elect. Alright? And I'm gonna go into a little bit of this book again, Murder by Injection, the story of the medical conspiracy against America by Eustace Mullins. And I'm gonna touch on one of the propagandas about the origin of AIDS. Okay, brothers were 80s babies, late 70s, 80s babies, grew up in the 80s when the AIDS epidemic was at its prime. Had a lot of people fearing this terrible disease. All right, but it had a lot of people fearing this terrible disease, which was also pretty much used to control the population of the people. That's why during the time of the AIDS epidemic, condoms were given out a lot. You had a lot of AIDS prevention programs and teachings going on in different communities, especially amongst Jake, because Jake, we overpopulate real quick, and our people were being affected the most by AIDS. All right, HIV or whatever. Okay, so you had all kind of theories about how AIDS came about, and scientists couldn't agree with how the origin of AIDS, which it was come to find out concocted in the lab by a lot of corrupt doctors and people in the science field. But nonetheless, there's been a whole lot of propaganda, about it being a strictly gay disease, all right? A disease that only affects black people in the so-called degenerates of white society, all right? Which is basically homosexuals, blacks, and Hispanics, and such, all right? But a lot of people believe that, because of propaganda, the news, they hype it up and what have you. And we all heard about the people in Africa having sex with monkeys, and and that's how AIDS started. Okay, well, I'm gonna read a little bit out of it from the chapter in this book called Wither AIDS. All right, page 181 goes into the green monkey theory, all right, which is just a theory, a reality, which is straight up made up bullshit. I'm going to show you how stupid this sounds once you read it. And what makes it even more insane is that people actually believe it. All right? When you got a bunch of people here in America that are fixed on entertainment, drugs, and drinking, all right, that's another thing too. When they say AIDS basically attacks the degenerates of the society, they was talking about homosexuals, so-called black people, and drug addicts. Okay, like these were the only people that were susceptible to catching the AIDS disease, all right, or the HIV, all right. So like I said, you got a lot of people in America that are just glued to the idiot box for sheer entertainment, and of course, while they're being entertained, you have commercials that give them information. A lot of the information that they give them is disinformation or misinformation. From the news, from the news hype, which pushes a lot of propaganda, all right. And this is the green monkey theory from this book. I'm reading from page 181. It says other researchers have blamed a more dramatic or accidental variation of a hepatitis serum which was widely distributed a few years ago. However, none of these theories can compare in narrative value with the green monkey theory. According to this theory, which had long been a favorite explanation advanced by the government propaganda group, the Center for Disease Control, for years a tribe of little green monkeys have roamed in Central Africa. Showing little fear of humans, they have often strayed into native villages. These green monkeys carry in their bloodstream a type of the AIDS virus, to which they are seemingly immune. However, the little green monkeys have either bitten native women, or had intercourse with them, depending on which story you wish to believe. The native women's system then activated the AIDS virus. The later infected their husbands, who then went to Haiti, where they were paid to perform as male prostitutes by members of the American homosexual population who frequently visited Haiti for amusement. These homosexuals then returned to New York, infecting the New York community and commuting to San Francisco, where they spread the disease on the West Coast. This scenario is claimed to have taken place within a few weeks, from green monkey to homosexuals dying with AIDS in San Francisco. However, most researchers believe the disease took quite a few years to reach its present epidemic stage. All right, so that's where you get that whole theory about the natives in Africa laying down with monkeys, having sex with monkeys, or getting bit with monkeys and spreading the AIDS virus, as it shows you how it basically targeted black people. Black people are to blame, who started indulging in homosexual activity with Americans who frequented Haiti, and it's just totally unbelievable, man. But like I said, man, when people are glued to the idiot box, listening to radio all day during their entertainment, the media will flash a little bit of misinformation or disinformation, all right, through propaganda to have people believe in this bullshit, man. All right. So this is one scripture I got. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 15. It says, "The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going." The simple believeth every word. All right. And, a lot of these people in society are beyond simple. All right. The scriptures tell you, that, this world is in darkness and throws darkness to people. All right. So these people, they're not aware of what's going on. They don't do their own research. They're not circumspect. All right. They don't ask questions. Okay. They just go along with the program, with the narrative. All right. And they believe it. All right. Proverbs 14 and 15. The simple believeth every word. Okay. Now, like that theory, the green monkey theory that I just read, for you to believe that, you and not question it. All right. You got to be out your goddamn mind, man. All right. You got to be out your mind. But that's how it is in this society where everyone is dumbed down, glued to the TV, which is the so-called white man's major source of witchcraft, all right, and mind control. Okay. So in turn, these people, they don't ask questions. They don't question anything that they hear. They just believe it. As long as it's being projected to them from out of the television, all right, and out of magazines and news and the newspaper clippings and such, all right. That's why the scriptures say the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Yeah, the prudent man, the man who uses wisdom, all right, will ask questions. Something doesn't seem right. Okay. You want to get a deeper explanation on this. All right? And that's the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Okay? Because if things don't really coincide with the scriptures, then there's no real truth to it. All right? Okay? And there's another paragraph I'm going to read on page 186 to show you, about the gay agenda, man. This is a gay agenda that they have going on, wherein they're trying to present this to our children, man. They want to get these children while they're young to teach them gay pride and have them want to question their sexuality, present sexuality unto children, which is wicked in itself. All right, but then to actually have them question their sex. All right. Well, it all has its origin somewhere. Okay. And in this chapter in this book, With the AIDS, I read this one paragraph that kind of sparked the thought. All right. This is on page 186. It says, this writer, having previously established in The Curse of Canaan, which is talking about Eustace Mullen, he's the writer of this book, Murder by Injection. All right. He also has another book called The Curse of Canaan. All right. This writer, having previously established in The Curse of Canaan that homosexuality from the time of Canaan himself to the present day has had its origins in pollution of the original root race, the confusion of sexual identity being a direct consequence of the resulting confusion of racial identity, confusing the DNA pattern of the genetic structure. It is hardly surprising to find in Joy Schulenberg's useful book, Complete Guide to Gay Parenting. See, there you have it, gay parenting. All right, this is twisted, man. Okay, a man and a man can't produce offspring. A woman and a woman can't produce offspring. So there's no need for homosexuals to be parents, but yet they still have the desire and the urge to basically supervise young children. All right. Okay, it says Joy Schulenberg's, which sounds like a so-called Jew. I never looked her up. Useful book, Complete Guide to Gay Parenting. Doubleday, 1985, that gay couples who are white are found to adopt almost exclusively black children. Repeat that. All right? Gay couples who are white are found to adopt almost exclusively black children. This is unfair to the black adoptees who, through no fault of their own, will then be exposed to the possibility of contracting AIDS from one or the other of their gay foster parents. It would seem that gay whites are unwilling to expose other whites to the perils of the alternative lifestyle. All right. So why are these gay couples so interested in adopting black children, Israelite babies? Okay. Because they're the damn devil that the Bible speaks of, man. All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 32. This is in the curses. Deuteronomy 28 and 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand. All right. In which that's really going into slavery when the families were broken off, when our children were basically being sold to different masters on different plantations in different states and abroad. All right, but you have it in modern day times, in these days, our people are giving up for adoption because the family structure is broken apart. All right, you have these loose women out there that are just having babies left and right. Some of them being on drugs, some of them being abusing alcohol, or whatever kind of substance abuse, wherein they're not fit to raise children, so they give their children up for adoption. And a lot of people that are adopting these black babies, so-called babies, these Israelite babies, are so-called white people, gay couples at that. All right. As I just read out of this book, Murder by Injection, by Eustace Mullins. Okay, so yeah, there is a gay agenda out there, man. All right, and and this is just different households. Okay, now the gay agenda has become more on a broader scale, wherein they're teaching homosexuality to kids in school. They're teaching gay pride to these kids in school. All right. Because the mommy and daddy has to work and can't really install good morals, or really can't compete with installing good morals in their children. All right, because you got the schools, you got social media, you got the television, radio, right? You got all basically the sick vice of this fucking world, man. Okay, that's basically raising our kids. Okay, but you see, that's why so many of these children in this new generation are basically confused, man. All right, wherein little boys don't know if they want to be girls, and girls want to grow up to be boys or men or what have you. Okay, this is just a mass ball of confusion. That's why Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah has to destroy America, man. All right, but I just wanted to bring out that information. Okay, a little bit of information for you. And I'm gonna end this video on that note. Say Shalom while we're rocking to you. Lord willing, see you in the next one. Shalom.